Have you ever noticed your toddler suddenly runs away or has a meltdown the moment you try to get them to help pick up their toys? Maybe you've tried making cleanup into a game, singing cleanup songs, or even bribing them with snacks, but they just won't cooperate. Instead, you get tears, tantrums, or a tiny human who suddenly goes limp like a noodle. What if I told you that the reason your toddler won't help isn't because they're being difficult? It's because we're accidentally teaching them that helping is something they're forced to do, rather than something they naturally want to be part of. Here's the surprising truth. Toddlers are in a golden window where they desperately want to help. They want to sweep, wash dishes, cook with you, and be involved in everything you do. But our well-meaning parenting habits can accidentally shut down that natural eagerness. Welcome to Parenthood Unlocked. Today, we're talking about why forcing toddlers to help backfires and what actually works with this age group. I'm going to walk you through 6 signs that your approach is creating resistance instead of cooperation. And then I'll show you exactly how to tap into your toddler's natural desire to help so they want to pitch in without any power struggles. Ready? Let's get started. Sign number 1. You're constantly directing every little thing. Pick up that toy. Put your cup on the table. Don't touch that. Come here right now. Stop doing that. If you're giving your toddler constant commands throughout the day, here's what happens. They start tuning you out. Or worse, they start resisting everything just to assert their growing independence. Here's what this looks like in real life. Your 18-month-old drops their sippy cup on the floor. Instead of letting them notice it and decide what to do, you immediately say, "Pick that up." They look at you and run away. Or they drop to the floor in protest. Toddlers are just beginning to discover they're separate people who can make choices. When every moment feels like following orders, they push back, not because they're being defiant, but because they're trying to figure out their autonomy. The constant commands also teach them to wait for your instructions instead of noticing what needs to be done themselves. They stop being little problem solvers and become order waiters. Sign number 2, you're saying, "No, you're too little," to their attempts to help. This is the biggest mistake parents make with toddlers, and I see it all the time. Your 2-year-old sees you sweeping and grabs the broom. What do we say? "No, sweetie, you're too little for that. That's too heavy for you. You'll make a bigger mess. Mommy will do it. You go play." Picture this. You're washing dishes and your toddler drags their step stool over, wanting to help. Their eyes are bright with excitement, but you're thinking about the water they'll splash everywhere, the time it'll take, how you'll need to clean up after them, so you redirect them to their toys. Here's what just happened. You taught them that helping isn't welcome. Do this enough times, and by age 5 or 6, they won't even offer anymore. And then you'll wonder why they won't help. Toddlers between 1 and 3 are in what I call the golden helping window. Their natural drive to imitate you and be involved in your world is at its peak. When we block that, we're not protecting them. We're shutting down their natural development of responsibility and capability. Sign number 3, you're making cleanup time a separate activity. How many of us do this? We let toddlers play for an hour, toys everywhere, total chaos. Then we announce, "Okay, cleanup time," with forced enthusiasm, maybe singing a cleanup song, trying to make it fun. And what happens? Your toddler looks at the overwhelming mess and either melts down, refuses, or runs away. Why? Because cleanup has become this big, separate event that signals the end of fun. Here's a typical scenario. Your 2-year-old has pulled out blocks, stuffed animals, play kitchen items, and books. Everything is everywhere. You say, "Time to clean up." They look at the mountain of toys and their little face crumples. It's overwhelming. It's boring. And it means playtime is over. Compare that to this approach. Throughout play, you're casually participating. When your toddler finishes with the blocks and moves to something else, you say gently, "The blocks are done. Let's put them away together before we start the next thing." It's quick, it's together, and it's just part of the natural flow of the day. When cleaning up is woven into the rhythm of the day rather than being this big deal at the end, toddlers don't resist it because it's just part of how we do things. Sign number 4, you're working separately from your toddler. Think about your typical day. When you're cooking dinner, where's your toddler? Probably in another room playing, or in a high chair waiting, or watching TV while you work alone in the kitchen. When you're folding laundry, is your toddler folding washcloths beside you, or are they playing somewhere else while you knock out the chore as fast as possible? When you're unloading groceries, is your 2-year-old carrying light items in with you, or are you telling them to stay out of the way while you rush to get it done? Here's what happens with separation. Toddlers don't learn that they're capable contributors to family life. They don't see the real work that goes into running a household. And they don't develop that sense of, I'm a helpful person, because they're not part of the work. I know what you're thinking, but it's so much faster without them. You're right, it is. But speed isn't the goal. Connection and skill building are. These toddler years are when they're most eager to be with you and copy everything you do. That's your opportunity. Sign number 5, you're using rewards, bribes, or threats. If you pick up your toys, you can have a cookie. Clean up or no screen time. If you help mommy, I'll give you a sticker. With toddlers, this approach is especially problematic because they're too young to understand the transaction. They just learn that helping equals getting something, or not helping equals losing something they want. Here's how it plays out. Your 3-year-old is refusing to put their toys in the basket. You're exhausted and frustrated, so you say, if you clean up right now, you can have a treat. They do it, but only because they want the treat. The next time, they expect a treat again or they won't help. The problem is that external motivators like rewards and punishments replace internal motivation. Toddlers naturally want to be helpful, competent, and connected to you. When we add bribes and threats, we override that natural drive with a transactional relationship. And here's the other issue. Using these tactics when we're frustrated teach toddlers that helping is about managing our emotions, keeping us happy or preventing us from getting angry. That's a heavy burden for a little person. Sign number 6, you're doing everything for them instead of with them. Let me do it, you're too slow. Here, I'll help you. Well, actually, just let me do it. You eat, I'll clean up. I'll carry that, it's too heavy. When toddlers are small, it's natural to do things for them. But there's a difference between doing things they genuinely can't do yet and doing things they're capable of because it's easier or faster. Picture this common scene. Snack time is over, your toddler's plate and cup are on the table. You automatically grab them and take them to the sink while your toddler runs off to play. This happens 3 times a day, every single day. Now imagine this instead. Snack time is over, you stand up and start carrying your own dishes. Your toddler watches. You casually say, time to take our dishes to the sink, and you wait. Your toddler picks up their cup, maybe drops it, maybe wobbles, but they carry it over. You smile and say, you did it. The difference, in the first scenario, you're teaching them they're served. In the second, you're teaching them they're capable. Toddlers can do more than we think. Carry light items, throw trash away, put dirty clothes in a hamper, wipe up small spills, feed pets with supervision, put away their shoes. When we do everything for them, we rob them of the chance to feel competent and helpful. Now that you recognize these patterns, let's talk about what actually works with toddlers. The beautiful truth is that toddlers are naturally programmed to want to help and imitate you. We just need to step back and let that natural drive flourish. Here's how. Solution number 1. Welcome them into everything you're doing. This is the #1 game changer with toddlers. Whatever you're doing, invite them into it. Cooking dinner, your 18-month-old can tear lettuce, stir with help, drop things into bowls, wash vegetables at the sink. Yes, they'll splash. Yes, they'll be slow, but they're learning and they feel capable. Folding laundry, your 2-year-old sits beside you and folds washcloths. They won't do it well. That's okay. They're part of the activity. Sweeping, give your toddler a small brush and dustpan. They'll sweep 3 crumbs and feel proud. The key is making this low pressure. You're not teaching a lesson or expecting perfection. You're simply working together. Let them explore, make mistakes, and be involved. That's how toddlers learn best, through play-based involvement in real activities. Solution number 2, cut your commands in half, at least. Here's your challenge. For one day, pay attention to how many times you tell your toddler what to do. Just notice, no judgment. Then, try cutting that number in half. Instead of commanding, try describing what you notice. Instead of pick up that toy, try, oh, the toy fell on the floor. Instead of put your cup on the table, try, I'm putting my cup on the table. Instead of stop throwing food, try, food stays on the plate. This subtle shift does something powerful. It gives your toddler space to make choices rather than just follow orders. And when you model behavior instead of commanding it, toddlers are much more likely to copy you. You'll be amazed at how often your toddler will respond to a simple observation when you take away the pressure of a command. Solution number 3. Say yes to their help, even when it's messy and slow. This might be the hardest but most important strategy. When your toddler wants to help, even if it's inconvenient, say yes as often as you possibly can. Your 15-month-old wants to help unload the dishwasher? Give them wooden spoons and plastic containers to put away. Yes, they'll pull things back out. Yes, it'll take longer, but you're nurturing that helping instinct. Your 2-year-old wants to crack eggs. Expect shells in the bowl, just fish them out. You're teaching them they're capable. Your 3-year-old wants to pour their own milk. Use a tiny pitcher with just a little milk in it. They might spill. That's okay. That's how they learn. Think of every mess as an investment in their future helpfulness. The toddler who's allowed to help imperfectly becomes the 5-year-old who's actually helpful, and the 10-year-old who contributes without being asked. Solution number 4. Make cleanup continuous, not a big event. Instead of letting toys pile up and then announcing cleanup time, try incorporating small cleanups throughout the day. When your toddler finishes with one activity and moves to another, pause and say, we're done with blocks. Let's put them away before we get the cars out. Make it quick. Make it together. Make it no big deal. It's just part of transitioning between activities. You can also model this yourself. I'm done with this pot. I'm going to wash it before I start the next thing. Your toddler watches and learns. Oh, we put things away when we're done. That's just what people do. When cleanup is woven into the natural rhythm, rather than being a punishment or interruption, toddlers don't fight it. Solution number 5. Model silently instead of teaching. Toddlers learn more from watching than from listening to instructions. In fact, too much talking can overwhelm them or make them tune out. Instead of explaining how to do something or correcting their technique, just model it. Your toddler is sweeping but just pushing the broom around randomly. Don't say, no, honey, you do it like this, back and forth. Just pick up your own broom and sweep with smooth strokes right next to them. They'll watch and copy. Your toddler is trying to put their shoes away but putting them in the wrong spot. Don't correct them. Just calmly place your own shoes in the right spot. They'll notice. Silent modeling is powerful because there's no resistance. Nobody's being corrected or criticized. Your toddler simply absorbs the information by watching you. Solution number 6. Work together with a calm, peaceful energy. Here's something we often forget. Your toddler is reading your emotional state constantly. If you're stressed, rushed, or frustrated while doing household tasks, they absorb that and learn that housework is stressful and unpleasant. But if you're calm, maybe even humming while you work, moving at a steady pace, your toddler learns, oh, this is just what we do. It's peaceful. It's normal. When you work alongside your toddler, try to stay relaxed, even when they make mistakes or go slowly. Take deep breaths. Remind yourself, I'm not trying to finish quickly. I'm building a helpful human. Your peaceful presence teaches them that contributing to family life doesn't have to be a battle. It can just be part of life. Remember, every toddler is different. Some are more eager to help, some are more independent, some go through phases of resistance. That's all normal. The goal isn't to create a perfectly obedient toddler who helps with everything. It's to nurture their natural desire to be involved so it grows rather than gets squashed. What's your experience with your toddler and helping? Are they in that eager helping phase? Are they resisting? I'd love to hear your stories. Drop a comment below and let me know what's working or what you're struggling with. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Parenthood Unlocked for more toddler parenting strategies that actually work with this age group. And remember, these early years are your golden opportunity. The toddler who's welcomed into your world and allowed to help even messily, becomes the child who genuinely wants to contribute without any forcing required. Thanks for watching and see you next time.